Hello, this is Ms. DB, and I want to go over how to do the Chapter 1 project that's in, well, you turn it in week 3, but you have the information about it in weeks 1, 2 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the week 3 folder. Now the project has some different parts to it, and there is a wiki in order that you can contribute to the project and also that you can get some information from there. All right, so here's the project, and you can see that the wiki is right below it. So you click on this to get to what you are going to turn in. I've also added some more resources. For example, if you need to change from feet to meters or pounds to kilograms, you can go to this website. There's some information websites on whales. I've got 2 different ones here where you can find data about whales and hopefully be able to complete the table. The wiki is what I want to go to now. If you click on the title of the wiki, it says Chapter 1 Project Big as a Whale. There's only one wiki, and that's the one. So we click on the title again, and there's 2 pages here. Part 2 comes up first just because I added that first. But for Part 1, help with the data, which you have to fill in the different lengths of the whales and things. Here's the same resources again. And then I've actually already found the information that you need for the girth on the different whales. The girth is the distance around their widest part, like around their stomachs, I guess it would probably be. So I have found that in centimeters for the blue whale, the humpback, the right whale, the gray whale, and the orca whale. I found that was kind of a hard one to find on the websites. Now, you might have found that the blue whale's girth was a little bit different, and that's fine if you have a different value, or you can just use these values. Now, as you're looking through your data, maybe you found that the length of all of these is a certain thing, and you can add that to this wiki to help out your classmates, and then they could look something else up and add it to here. So you guys can share information at this wiki. That's what this is designed for, to kind of work together on this project. When you do the project, you'll have to change these numbers to scientific notation, but for now they're here at least. If you click on, let me see about this one. Click on, here it is. This is mammals it's taking you to, but you can go to Quick Find, and let's say I wanted to look up information on the blue whale. This is the website National Geographic. That's where I'm at here. And if I wanted to go down to blue whale, you can see that that's one of the animals here. And then the blue whale, the data about the blue whale will come up on this. And then I have to turn that off. There was another website for this cool Antarctica, had quite a few. And you can use Wikipedia or something else as well. You don't have to use these websites, but I had found a lot of information here, so I just was giving you some information that you can use to help you find the information, the data that you need quicker. So this one, here's the blue whale here, and here's what we need. We've got the length on here, we've got the weight, we've got some other information that you need for your project. But you see the girth wasn't on here, which is why I added that information. So I'm going to go back to the project. Let's see, I'm at the wiki right now. Go back to where you actually have to fill it in. Oh, also at the data is, on the wiki, is where you're going to add your arm span. Put your initials here if you haven't already done this, and arm span. In order to add data, go to Edit Wiki Content, and then you can type in your initials, and then you can type in your arm span here, and then go to Submit, and that saves that information. There's that data. All right, I'm going to go back to the project. So I'm going to go back to the week 3 folder where the project is. Or again, it's in week 1 and 2 as well. It's just week 3 is the only place you can turn it in. So go back to the project, and I'm going to open the document. All right, so the document has on it, the first part is where you're going to enter that data that you found about the whales. Now the girth, remember, I have that on the wiki. You can put those in for each of these. Also, the blue whale is already filled in scientific notation. You need to find the length, the weight, and how much food they eat each day. You take the daily food consumption and times it by how many days are in a year, 365, to get the yearly food consumption. Each of these should be changed to scientific notation. And notice that this is metric, meters, kilograms, centimeters, and kilograms. So one of the websites that I had put on there as a resource was helping you convert. If you are given the dimensions in feet, you can change it to meters using that. And then there's some questions, once you fill this table in, then there's some questions about converting units of measurement and using scientific notation. Okay, then the second part, using that data you already have about the girth, and which I have added to the wiki, then you can fill in that girth again here, and then you're going to use the arm span, and you're going to find the mean arm span. Now remember that the mean is when you add up all the data and then divide by how many pieces of data you have. So if you have 12 pieces of data and you add it up and you get, 1,000, you would take 1,000 divided by 12 to find the mean. The function is probably going to have something to do with, the function is just an equation. So it says write a function that could be used to estimate the number of students Y needed to hug a whale of girth X in centimeters. So if you find that the mean arm span is 70, how many students would you need whose arms are 70 would you need to wrap all the way around the girth of the whale? So if the girth of the whale was 700 and each student can hold 70 centimeters, so 700 divided by 70 would be 10 students. So you're going to divide. You're going to take the girth of the whale divided by the number of students. Or not the number of students, the mean arm span of the students. And let's see if there's anything else on here. Graph the data. You can graph the data on here just by plotting points, or you can do this in Sketchpad, or you could do it by hand and scan it in, take a picture of it. So this is that's just one option. And then this will probably be sort of a linear, or maybe it'll be quadratic, and then use that graph in order to answer some questions afterwards about. Let's see if I can scroll down a little bit here. Oh, that's the last one. And use your graph to predict the number of students needed to hug a whale with a girth of 8 meters. Now remember that if we're talking about meters in this first part, if your girth is in meters, you'll have to change it to centimeters. And that last question, 8 meters, you'll have to change that to centimeters in order to answer the question. All right, if you have other questions, please let me know. If you need help, I'm happy to help you. Thanks a lot and have a great day.